Let's have a closer look at the status quo and the future of the industry. Yeah. So let's go through the timeline of the industrial revolution. Yeah, it's very important for us to understand the past to appreciate the advancements, what's happening in the present and future, right? So the backbone or the starting point of the industrial revolution is also the invention of the steam engine. Yeah, James Watt invented the steam engine, or I would say a highly efficient steam engine around 1760s. Yeah, so he demonstrated that a steam produced can be converted, or can be converted into mechanical energy. Say, for example, you produce a steam, and this steam can be used inside a cylinder and piston to reciprocate, and then you connect it with a crankshaft, okay, and you convert this reciprocating motion to a rotary motion. So you can also imagine, the earlier transportation or mobility through steam powered engines, right? And now you can imagine the current day trends wherein you are seeing the electrical engines, diesel engines in the trains, or even for that matter in the internal combustion engines, right, with the petrol or diesel. We're also talking about electric vehicles, yeah, for the mobility solutions. But the origin of all these advancements was that particular invention which James Watt, triggered in 1760s. And if you can also remember, the unit of power is watt, and it's James Watt. So it's attributed to James Watt because of this invention. Coming to the spinning jenny, James Hargreaves invented the spinning jenny in the year 1764. Yeah. So this was also one of the crucial invention for a spinning industry. Yeah. So basically he showed how you can spin the cotton. Yeah. And if you see today, we are spinning not only the cotton in in a industry scale or in a large scale, but you are also spinning man-made fibers. Yeah, man-made fibers in the sense, we also have cotton-like fibers, like viscose fibers, or lyocell fibers, yeah, so on and so forth. We also have polyester fibers, yeah. So a whole world of innovation, even in terms of clothing, yeah, had started when James Hargreaves invented the spinning jenny. Coming to 1840s, Morse Samuel invented the telegraph. So I think this was one of a key turning point in the entire communication, industry. Yeah, the way people could communicate has drastically changed with the invention of the telegraph by Samuel Morse. Today, you can think about being I mean having a mobile phone at our disposal and calling someone immediately if we need to communicate certain things, right, or writing an email for that matter, where someone is sitting at a far continent, right. So all these things are possible mainly because of that particular invention which Samuel Morse triggered in 1800s, right. Coming to the sewing machine invention, Elias Howe invented the sewing machine in the year 1846. Yeah, and now we could also imagine the scale at which we are producing the textiles, or at which we are producing the clothings, for that matter. Yeah, I think you also have the entire Asian, a lot of Asian countries which are trendsetters, in the sewing industry, right, in the textile business. Yeah. In 1850s, Otis invented the elevator safety brake. Yeah. So Of course, people knew how to move from one place to another place, but Otis was the one who invented the elevator safety brake. Yeah, he invented a mechanism which could prevent people from falling. Yeah, or it's a safety brake when there is no power, or say for example, when when there is a breakdown, the elevator simply doesn't fall down, but rather it stops at certain location, right? So Otis invented that, and now you also see Otis is also one of biggest uh, company in the elevator business even now. Yeah, they are one of the leaders. Yeah. So this predominantly happened mainly because of the invention of the safety brake. Yeah, and I think because of this, now you can also see wherein you are having uh, uh, people traveling from hundreds of floors, yeah, in elevator, yeah, safely without any concerns. You also have the uh, escalator technologies, yeah. So I think the precursor for all these inventions was that invention in 1850, yeah, when Otis invented the safety brake for the elevator. So coming to the uh, uh, steel processing, in 1855, Bessemer invented the method to process the steel. Yeah, I think today you see we literally have a processing methodology for any material for that matter in an efficient way, right? We know how to process steel, we know how to process copper, aluminum, so on and so forth. Okay, but the inventions or the revolution started when Bessemer, invented this process of uh, um, steel processing. Yeah. So in the steel processing, basically, you have a molten metal or molten iron, wrought iron. Okay, and then you oxidize it. Yeah, and then you remove the impurities. Yeah, I think in the modern day, you see the range of manufacturing what you have. Yeah, in fact, for the last 30 years, 20 to 30 years, we had rapid advancements in terms of material processing. Yeah, and then we have a lot of techniques, yeah, like drawing, forging, but at the end of the day, yeah, it all started with the technology what was available to the mankind. Yeah, that yes, we can process the steel in an effective way. So coming to the invention of dynamite in the year 1860, right? Alfred Nobel invented the dynamite in 1860s. Yeah, and you also see the use of this uh, at various stages of mankind. People used it to as a defensive mechanism to safeguard their territories. Yeah, countries used it to, you know, demonstrate or to do invasions in the past. Yeah, but you can also think about the modern weaponry which a lot of country has. Yeah, or what's there in the modern day, right? I think it's mainly because of this particular invention of dynamite, yeah, in the year 1860s. Yeah. So now you talk about drones dropping the bombs, or you also talk about a robot as a defensive equipments, or as a defense mechanisms, and then you talk about missile technologies, but all these things started with this particular invention. Yeah, in the year 1870, Louis Pasteur discovered vaccine. Of course, I think this is one of the biggest discoveries, mainly because the vaccine, yeah, um, uh, could prevent a lot of disease. Yeah, and it could save a lot of lives basically. Yeah, so historically, if you have seen, human lives had always been endangered with new diseases, and these diseases were kept at bay mainly because of the invention of vaccines, right? So even if you see uh, the COVID crisis, at least the introduction of vaccine or the entry of vaccine, yeah, changed the entire game plan, right? So in the year 1879, Edison creates or he invented a light bulb. Yeah. Now you also see how this light bulb, yeah, how this tungsten enabled light bulb, yeah, went into creating a drastic advancements in the lighting world. Yeah, I think today you also talk about, you know, LED lights, for example, or for that matter, you also have a lot of lightings used for luxury purpose. Yeah, but of course, the applications or the usage of lights, are varied. But this invention was, in fact, a key for the industrial revolution, mainly because, literally we can't imagine anything without light, right? In the year 1900, Wright brothers invents the first plane. I think I don't want to give you any particular, example about how we technologically, advanced our entire thought process. Yeah, but one thing is today we are talking about huge commercial aircrafts, huge passenger aircrafts. You also hear about fighter jets breaking the sound barrier. Yeah, so you're talking about flights at higher max speed. Yeah, and it's mainly possible because these people could demonstrate that yes, we could fly. So Henry Ford begins the mass production of automobiles. Yeah, of course, Carl Benz and Henry Ford, both of them are regarded as one of a key contributor towards the automotive engineering. But Ford showed, how we can mass produce the automotive. Yeah, and today you see, literally, this also enabled the mass production not only for the automotive but also for the other allied domains. Yeah, now literally we know the mechanisms or we have the technology to mass produce or series produce any product for that matter, right? And today we are talking about the electronic, availability of electronics into the vehicles. We are talking about autonomous driving, and then we come across electric vehicles. But all the advancements, what we are talking about, it all started mainly with this particular, topic of Henry Ford, showing to the people how we can produce the vehicle on a mass scale. Yeah, so these are some of the glimpse of how the inventions in the past triggered the advancements what we are seeing in the current world. Certainly there is no second thoughts in acknowledging that yes, these inventions which helped mankind to move from 0 to 1, yeah, was key to take from 1 to wherever we are right now. Yeah, thank you.